Hello y'all, welcome back. We aren't cooking today, but we are working on a project for the kitchen. My kitchen is much smaller, it has a lot less cabinets than my previous kitchen. We had to remove a large section of cabinets and a counter to get the new stove to fit, and that made even less cabinet and counter space than before, and it wasn't much to start with. We're on a very strict budget, so I try to use what I have and make things work. I needed shelving in the kitchen to make things a little more organized. So I decided to take an old metal garage shelf, which we weren't using, and turn it into a kitchen shelf. I wasn't sure if this was going to work. This shelf is very dirty with grease spilled up and rust spots in areas. And this shelf is too tall for our garage since the ceilings are lower in the garage here than they were at our previous house. As you can see, it's very dirty. I have some of this Zep degreaser that I'm going to try on it. I also have Dawn dish soap. I'm spraying this down with Zep degreaser. I'm going to do it all over the shelves and the side. And I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes and then try wiping it off. I'm videoing this one-handed since I don't have anyone to video for me, so I'll be back after I'm done cleaning. I got all the grease and dirt off of it. What is left is stains. I let it dry and now I'm going to start painting. This is Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2x Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer. The color is called Satin Seaside. It looks bluer in the video than it actually is. This is the color of all the hardware on my kitchen cabinets. We also had an old metal brown backsplash behind the stove that I took down, cleaned up, and painted this Satin Seaside color. I had 2 cans of this paint left because I bought extra just in case I needed to do anything else for the kitchen. I painted the first shelf and it actually looks pretty good. I'm surprised. It will need another coat of paint, but while that dries, I will move on to the rest. Now I've got this big section to paint. I ended up using 3.5 cans of paint. I went back to Ace Hardware and got 2 more cans of paint. They were $4 a can this time. Last year they were just $2.25 a can. I did 2 coats of paint on everything. I let it dry until Steve got home, which was about 5 hours later. It was dry to the touch in about 45 minutes, but I couldn't carry this in alone, so I had to wait for Steve to get home. So Steve helped me move it inside, and that was probably the hardest part of all of this. This shelf is huge. It's about 7 feet tall, and it's also pretty wide. And we got it set up in the kitchen. It looks pretty good for an old greasy garage shelf. Then I added all my stuff to it. I also put my retro table in front of it. Here's a before and after of my retro table. This was in the basement when we moved in, and it's a very heavy table. I did the same thing to it. I cleaned it up and I painted it. I ended up adding my cookbooks to 2 of the shelves so I didn't have to go into the library every time I needed a cookbook. Here's a photo of it with the cookbooks. And the retro table is Bobbi Jo's cooking table. She's always at it when we do dog treat videos, so I just turned it into her table where she gets when she wants to do her dog treat videos. Well, there you have it. How to turn an old garage shelf into something that looks decent enough to put in a kitchen, office, or craft room. On Monday, I will have another episode of Lake Hill City Birds, and Wednesday, there will be another cooking video. Friday, I will do a cooking short or a do-it-yourself video. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to stay tuned for more drool-worthy human and doggy treats. Y'all have a blessed day.